having money to spare may not help you think straight because you have the money anyway. But when the money dwindles, then you don't have an option but to be more careful with how you spend. And it's true, guys, you can actually construct a cheap shelter that serves the purpose. Need to know how? I have 3 shelters built at different times and they cost me different amounts of money. I mean, some are storage, 2 of them, and 1 isn't. Maybe we can walk through together so that I share with you some of the little tips I've learned so that I can construct a much cheaper and much better shelter for the birds that we keep on the farm. Have some thoughts? Share them in the comment section. Now there are some mistakes that I made with these shelters, don't get me wrong, and I will mention these at the end of the clip. So let's move around and then we can have a look. So this particular shelter that I'm standing in was the first one, and I think it's the one I'm most attached to because it took more money. No, okay, it did, but it was the first one. Very beautiful, very nice. I love this structure. I remember the sweat and effort that I put in to get this damn structure done. It's not as new right now because it's 1 or 2 years, I guess. It's a beautiful structure. It's the most beautiful structure that I have on the farm. And you can see it has these poles. This is eucalyptus. But we have a problem of termites. And termites are a menace. They really, okay, I think I'll make a clip on that one. To prevent them, we ensure that we put used oil on all the poles. And you can see on the poles right behind me, they are black. We use eucalyptus rather than the timber 4x2, 3x4, those whatever by whatever sort of language. We don't use that as much. We use just a few smaller ones to hold the iron sheets, but the rest is eucalyptus because eucalyptus is a little bit cheaper. We have a wall that is entirely open so that we have enough air entering. And yeah, we have these poles so that the structure can be firm and strong. And if you can see the gate right behind me, that's strong, isn't it? I need it to be strong so that someone cannot easily get in. Okay, I think I overdid it. Why would someone hassle with a door like that when the chain link is pretty light? So when I was building this structure to start with, I thought I would be saving cost by using chain link. Of course, chain link is much cheaper, but I bought a thicker gauge which was more costly. Alright, now we can check the others. This is the second structure. This is how it looks like. I've done a poultry tour for this particular structure and I think I don't need to repeat that. But it's a double storage structure and the rearing space is essentially this area. And then you can as well see this third shelter, and this is how exactly it is. It's built in a similar way with a few modifications. When we did the first structure, we had quite some wastages. I put up a brick shelter for someone to live in. That definitely was an extra expense. So in the other two shelters, I used local wood, which is called, they call them makoko locally. They are essentially the sides of timber. So when they cut out a 4x2, 3x4, the expensive part of the timber, that one which they give at the side is much cheaper, and it's actually hardy. Don't these look lovely? Okay, to me they do. Maybe I'm consoling myself. Do these look nice to you? Throw in a comment. Do you like them? Then poles. So I used pole brackets. I tried to improvise and make them, guys, because I cannot order from Amazon from where I am. Okay, yes, I can order, but I will pay tax that will essentially double the cost that you guys may get them from wherever you are. Because in Uganda, these things are not really made locally. So online they are there, and they'll tell you they don't rust, they are this size and all that crap. But the taxation that they'll go through and all that hassle, it's just not feasible to have them. Yet you need the pole bracket. So I tried to improvise to the best of my knowledge at the time, and this is what I used, and it works. It's actually cool, but it was damn expensive. Do you know the cheaper alternative? Just wait for the clip. Yeah, so the pole brackets cost me quite something. They were solving a very important problem, but they came at a cost that I could not afford in the next structures. So when I moved to the other structures, I realized that it's better to utilize space well by using double storage structures. Instead of doing one pole, make a bigger pole and let it support not just a roof, but also another floor above the first floor. Here at the farm, we are dedicated to find ways to keep it cheap as much as possible while keeping it functional, efficient at the same time, so that it works, because that is why you do stuff. What's the point of making it cheap when it's no longer functional? That's what we've done with the structures. That's what we've done with the poles. And you know what? Subscribe. Don't keep it to yourself. Just text it in. We'll see what to do about that. Thanks, guys. See you.